Thanks, guys. That's right. Mary-Kate and Zach are off this week, just like the football team, so no pregame show, but they'll be back next week. But that doesn't mean we don't have any football lined up. Mary-Kate did manage to sneak on down to the press conferences on Wednesday, and as bye week is coming to a close, both offensive and defensive coordinators addressed the media. Offensive coordinator Brian Ferentz talked about big improvements the offense needs to make as they're approaching the second half of the season. Take a look.
We're at the halfway point. It's interesting the bye week comes right at the halfway point. And I think if you look at us offensively, going back to week one, we knew we were going to have some young guys, some new guys stepping into quite a few positions. We were interested and apprehensive maybe about how they would play and perform. And I think those guys have pretty much acquitted themselves very well through 6 games. And then you look at some other positions where we're a little bit more veteran and maybe the results haven't been what we expected or what we wanted. Bottom line is we're sitting at 4-2, and I think if you surveyed anybody on the staff or any of our players, who I know you guys see every week, our expectation was to be at 6-0. Any game we play, we expect to win it.
Switching over to the defense now, the defensive coordinator Phil Parker said almost the exact opposite, as the defense has been the heart of the entire team, led by the linebacking core, and even getting a surprise return from safety Brandon Snyder.
Just like to cover a little bit the first 6 weeks. You know, we're 4-2, which everybody would like to be, 6-0 at this point in time. I think the defensive effort-wise, I think I'm pleased with what they're doing out there. Obviously, we got to play cleaner football to win games. And I think the depth of what we've been doing with rotation up front, with the 8 guys up front, it's given us some more experience. I think the linebackers inside, obviously this week we're getting a lot of work with our linebackers in the backup position, and we finally settled down in the defensive backfield of getting the guys in the right places. Obviously getting Brandon Snyder back has been a plus with his leadership and his communication in the back end. And to me, I'm encouraged for the second half of the season.
Now, almost every Saturday, we see the Iowa football team compete at Kinnick and college campuses all around the country. But there's one more football team here at the university also making quite the impact. Daily Iowan TV's Lucy Rodine has more.
A new organization popping up on college campuses across the country is Unified Sports. Unified Sports pairs people with and without intellectual disabilities together to compete on the field.
It's an opportunity for both individuals with different skill sets and abilities to really play together and learn together and enjoy the sporting competition together.
University of Iowa Recreational Services teamed up with the Special Olympics and Unified Sports to make flag football here at Iowa a lot more inclusive and, frankly, a lot more fun.
There's kind of been a national movement between our governing body and Campus Recreation and Special Olympics on the national level to implement Unified Sports into our programs.
And so far, the addition of Unified Sports here has been a big hit with the athletes.
Fun part is having fun with my teammates.
It's an amazing experience, and you might think it might be boring or something like that, but it's not that at all, and you should really come out.
Although there are a lot of friendships and memories that have been made here, it's not without some healthy competition.
You guys the 2 best players?
Yes, we are. We pull everyone's flag.
Except I don't pull his flag.
Is it hard to be on different teams?
No, it isn't.
It's easy because Dallas helps me get their flag.
It's really easy. I always help all my teammates and stuff.
Hot shots be the best.
How many points are you going to win by?
50 or 100.
But when it comes down to it, Unified Flag Football is all about having a good time with your friends and simply doing your best.
My wisdom is go hard, be smart, and go out and be nice to others.
Play hard.
So what's your favorite part about playing flag football here?
Everything.
Next week, flag football comes to a close as they will play the championship game Wednesday at 6 p.m. in Kinnick Stadium. Reporting from the Hawkeye Recreational Fields, this has been Lucy Rodine, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Recreational Services and Unified Sports are planning to add several more Unified Sports here at Iowa once flag football season is over. So if you're interested in participating, contact Recreational Services. Yesterday afternoon, the Iowa baseball team held Game 2 of the Black and Gold World Series, with the Gold team evening the series at 1 game apiece thanks to a Tyler Cropley walk-off sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 10th. The tie-breaking game 3 will be today at 3:30. The prize, loser buys dinner, high stakes. This will be Iowa's last game of their fall season. Head coach Rick Heller spoke Wednesday about some of the points of emphasis he plans to work on during the off-season.
Well, we're going to have to shore up our defense a little bit on our infield and just continue to get stronger and work on our hitting, work on our mechanics. Great time, good for our pitchers to really just train and not have to worry about pitching, let their arms rest a little bit. But the training is going to be the biggest emphasis, working hard in the weight room, coming together even more than we have with our team chemistry, and all that stuff is big in our off-season plans.
Be sure to come on back next week. I'll have an inside look at a former Hawkeyes professional wrestling match, a nice feature story on the best and youngest go-kart racer on both sides of the Mississippi, and plus, football is back with the Hawks traveling to Northwestern next weekend. Guys, back to you.